Okay, so here's the book that started it all, Born to Run by Chris McDougall, and we're off. Conditions this morning are probably about 5 degrees, maybe 6 degrees C. The surface is actually quite damp still, which is not great because it means that the bottoms of your feet are more sensitive, but certainly not enough to be a problem. So it feels very comfortable at the moment, really no problems to report. My son is acting as cameraman on his bike, doing a reasonably good job of holding the camera steady while he cycles along with one hand. You can see it's a beautiful morning, quite unlike it's been recently in the UK. Try not to get run over. I don't know whether this running technique is good or not. Certainly felt okay to me, and comparing it with other videos of barefoot and minimalist runners, it looks about right. If anybody's got any comments on that, I'd be very interested to hear from you. You can see the surfaces I'm running on are, tarmac and paving. Nothing particularly special about them. They're smooth enough. See a pile of snow there on the right still. A lot of people suggest that man-made surfaces aren't good for barefoot running, that we evolved to run on natural surfaces, but actually if you think about the kind of natural surfaces that really exist out in nature, it's not soft lawns and smooth forgiving surfaces. It's actually a lot of hard, rocky, difficult terrain. So man-made surfaces like this are actually pretty good for barefoot running, I think. You can see that I'm landing kind of on the mid to forefoot. Certainly no heel landing at all. That would be very painful. I'm quite upright, I think. I kind of get the feeling I'm not leaning as much forward as I would be if I was running in shoes. The other thing that a lot of people worry about is glass and nails and animal droppings and so forth, but first of all, you can see there really isn't a great deal of that. In fact, not really any at all, and it's really easy to just look where you're going and avoid anything obvious. I'm sure it is possible to suffer puncture wounds while you're running barefoot, but certainly from what I've read and seen, most people don't seem to have a particular problem with that. And again, a lot of people have injuries and accidents whilst wearing shoes, so you just take a view, I think. Slight uphill now. The section that I've just done was slightly downhill. I certainly prefer running on the flat or uphill to downhill. And I think I'm going to have to work on my technique for going downhill. There's still no discomfort. I'm really enjoying the run at this stage, and in fact I've sort of eased into it. Everything's feeling good, and I feel as though I could keep going for quite a long time. I'm not going to, because I don't want to overdo it first time out, but certainly there's no problem with my knees, no problem with my feet, no problem with my lower back. It's very comfortable. I can understand this wouldn't necessarily be for everybody, but I think the idea that the majority of people are inherently incapable of running barefoot is simply wrong. There we are. These are my feet afterwards, so in good shape. No cuts or abrasions. No discomfort.